Do you think what happened to me was juju?
Oh, it's like that crazy.
You have to cut the blood of a chicken's neck.
So I know that was like.
Delete your memory if you've not subscribed to me already. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. It's Anita Söne. So today, the video you guys have all been waiting for, and that is what the heck and who the heck is Juju or witchcraft or evil eye, whichever way you want to put it. We're gonna get some answers today with a very special guest. So, do you want to talk a little about your ministry, yourself, and?
Oh, well, my name is Kester. I'm a pastor. I'm a doctor.
All the accolades.
His Royal Highness, Igwe, Doctor, Honorable, Engineer, Pastor.
He's being humble today, which is good. But I'll put all of his credentials here. Definitely check out his ministry and everything like that. There's no better person to be here. A lot of times, basically, just give context. You know my one video, if you guys haven't seen it already, about my whole hospitalization in Nigeria.
Get out of there.
This is Juju.
She's actually sequel.
My whole comments were like Juju, Juju, Juju. Like everyone was like, it must have been people from other cultures.
Photo, not be Juju be that.
We're all over the world internationally have their own cultural aspect of Juju, witchcraft, evil eye. So everyone was like, yeah, that's what happened to you. So I wanted to bring you on to kind of ask those curious questions that I think all of us have always had, but we didn't really have anyone to ask because it just seems like such a foreign concept. What would be like your 2-minute history of Juju and witchcraft? What's the history behind it?
If you go to Haiti or you go to Mexico or you go to every country has a form of, maybe in Africa we say Juju, in some part they say voodoo, then and all that. These things actually is imbibed with culture. Some things you can't just explain. Like I've learned to see that some things you can't explain.
Is Juju like the antithesis, like basically the opposite of religion? Or is it a religion?
It's part of religion. That's all like, yes, because religion is also embedded in tradition.
Okay.
Culture, way of life. So some people have certain way of life. They consult ancestors. They do a lot of stuff, even to what we'll call even the Western traditions. I mean, like in America, where you have ethnic multinationals, you even see some people still carry like a kind of traditional stuff still along with them. Now, some people will tell you, maybe everybody, because once you just hear Juju, everybody's more like scared, maybe it's like an evil thing, you know? But people will tell you the Juju, there is a good part, and they'll tell you there is a bad part. Maybe more like the bad part is more emphasized than the good part, because some people will tell you, they go do Juju to protect themselves.
I never considered that.
Oh yeah, they do Juju to protect themselves.
I heard people do like love spells to like
to get the man, to get the woman. It's a part of Juju. You know, like those days. I mean, I grew up to like see like they said somebody do a Juju because he loves somebody so much and the person doesn't want to, you know, and then he did a Juju and just touched. And then, it's like the person like, oh, it's like that crazy.
From one touch,
hey, you have all that.
Let us not bring Juju to the US. No, everybody.
Are you sure it's not happening in the US even?
Honestly, there's been things in the news as of recently with pop culture. Someone said like, for example, I think it was a Cardi B with Nicki Minaj that Cardi B had put Juju on. It's a real, man. Quick question. So we say Juju is embedded in culture and religion. So is there like one, like let's say each culture, does each culture have like, for example, you know how there's a Christianity, then there's like Protestants and there's Jehovah's Witnesses. Is there like the same type of system with Juju? Or is Juju more so like one sector, like it's one religion, if you will?
I think if I would take it from that, it's more like, I think it still depends on what people give it, I mean, what they interpret it to be.
Okay, so it's not an organized religion per se, but it's some type of culture or phenom where it plays on spiritual forces that are within religion. Woo! We're learning a lot. Okay, another question I wanted to ask was, with, you know, we're both Nigerian, and Why is there the rumor that Edo people are witches? Where did that come from? Why just the state of Edo that everyone's like, oh, because I'm telling you, every time I tell someone, oh yeah, I'm from Edo State, they're like, oh wow, witch. I'm like, okay.
So how did the baby die?
They said that I should call the baby 4 times on that needle.
A fine young lady on top of broom, passing through her window. I say, hey.
Okay, I think I see, like, I grew also from Edo, but I was born in Lagos. I think it's because maybe some people, they are more outspoken, while some are subtle, because sometimes if you want to compare, if you really grew up in Nigeria, then when you say Edo people are blah, 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 witch, what will you not say about the Calabar people? What will you also say about the Yoruba people? Because if you've been there, if you really want to see Juju, come on. I mean, I do not think there's any tribe in Nigeria, like I said, it's a tradition. Go find out about any tribe who do not have a form of Juju. Yeah. So, but when you talk about witchcraft, you know, witchcraft is more, like someone always said, like it's a seductive spirit, like ability to make somebody bend to their will against whatever it is. Because some people also believe that, of course, they can cast witches can cast a spell, evil will follow you, or the person could die and all that.
So is witchcraft a type of juju?
Yes.
Okay.
So people who are in that context
are more powerful.
Yeah, of course. It's like what we see here in the movies. Like they can cast spell, isn't it? What is the spell about? Wow. So it's part of this. Yeah.
So is it just because other people are more known for it because it's like, I guess, more of them? I mean, I'm sure they have it everywhere, but is Edo people known for being witches because we have more?
Edo people are not witches.
So my next question, that's a good segue to my next question. So let's say, you know, this girl did me dirty. You know, I hate her. I just want, you know, I just want to do juju on her. I want to do evil. I want to do witchcraft. How does a regular person, and now none of you get ideas now, okay? If there's 3 steps to take for me to do juju on some random girl, what would I do?
Normally, like we've already said it, people go to consult.
Consultants, okay.
They can consult a juju priest. Now, why would they do that? They could also consult witches. Yes. So, whichever way you want to put it, people go to consult on behalf of their people, or because they want XYZ to
happen. Okay. So when you consult them, is it like
because they are priests, they have their priests, like I said, just like you could go to a pastor and you complain something is happening to me, and then eventually the pastor tells you, okay, let's pray about it, you know, like in theirs, they have things to do. They can tell you, go get the hair, go get the cloth, trust me, these things are real. And then because if you can get any materials associated, or get the person's picture.
Wow.
Yes, from there they can cast a spell. Yeah. They can lock the person up. They can, like some people wouldn't go as far as poisoning the person.
Wow.
Like all, you know, that is why we said, some people say like, those are kind of the evil, like you want to harm your fellow person. But of course, we don't advise that.
Basically, okay, so you go to a consultant, they tell you, because I've seen it in some movies where they'll be like, oh, you have to cut the blood of a chicken's neck and put it in the thing. And
cast a spell.
Cast a spell.
More like the way you see, what they call that one, like they make a dummy. You've seen that they make a dummy.
Oh, like a rag doll.
Yes, there's a word we use for it. What's it called now? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like they make a dummy of the person.
Yeah.
They not say them. They not cast like a spell, and before you know it, and whatever they pin on that doll or whatever they did, it happens to the person. Realize
so creepy.
Doesn't mean because I become a Christian, I've not done something evil and all that. They just know that. There was a time, like when I was in Nigeria, and I was traveling from Benin to Abuja.
Okay.
And I was driving. I wouldn't even advise anybody now. I don't know how. Then the roads were good, you know. So me, like I was like trying to get somewhere. This is like I can remember these things. Then you know sometimes like you coming on a hill, you're not really seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're driving like you're coming on the hill. You can't see just what is going to come opposite the other way, and then suddenly there was this car, this I think it was a trailer, a truck though. I mean, like, it was just there. I mean, I was just like behind. And they always tell us when you're driving, like in the Africa or Nigerian contest, don't stay behind these big vehicles, because sometimes
you can just
start making me like. So I was trying, like, man, God, how did I find myself in this place? So my mind was telling me, overtake. I'm just saying like this. I don't know how some people might like whatever they want to interpret it, but I just know that there was a big hand behind me, my other brother, and my junior brother. 3 of us were in the car. I was one driver.
Did you overtake it?
Yes, I did. And immediately I was just pulling out to overtake. Oncoming collision. I don't know what happened, but the only thing I remember was I found myself part of the bush, in front of the trailer. I don't know how the other. I just like suddenly. I know that was like, I don't know. Some things you pass through, you would have known that. So there's no big hand behind this. Well, it's left for people like you say. You can believe what you want to believe. Even the people who do evil, they believe in something, and they believe in that power, and it's doing things for them how they want it to be done. So who are you to not say that you cannot believe in something? Come on.
So my last question is, you've seen the video about what happened to me and everything. In your honest opinion, do you think what happened to me was juju?
Possible.
Like
you said, when you got on that plane,
I was just,
and there was like something was just turning around. So what is turning around? Your body frets something. So you see, sometimes, like I said, if maybe like God maybe want to open your eyes, you might see some certain things. You might be surprised, you might see. But you felt something.
Yeah.
Well, also I would say, like, you know, remember when those things were happening? Maybe your mom was praying for you, your dad was praying for you, your sister was praying for you. So things happen. That's why we're not God. We can't really see all behind the scene. I mean, I came here, I had a very terrible experience from blah, blah, blah. And I came here and all that. Every treatment, you know, people have not really asked me, I eventually my issues resolved.
What was your diagnosis?
They started was like I had a fistula. Yes, at times it was like a rectal fissure. Then what I saw, even before I flew down, was something coming out of my body that looked like a metal roaches.
Metal roach in your ass?
My ass. Coming out from my, like this metal roach. If you smash them, I'm telling you, I'm like seeing that within my body. You smash them, they won't die. You smash them, they won't die. So I'm like, everybody might have their own interpretation, but I already saw something. And then that one, like, what? It's like, whatever was happening to me, how this thing happened to me, like, well, I always have this heart, like, I was serving people.
Wow.
I was also a pastor. I was doing a lot, and trust me, it's not easy.
And it still happens to you.
Yes, it can happen, because sometimes we can, might call it scars, you might call it, but I think sometimes that toughens you.
Yeah.
It makes you to really believe, like, what about if you didn't have God?
Thank you for answering these questions. I know a lot of me, myself included, in the audience are very curious to know about just what is rooted in all these sort of extra spiritual things. So thank you so much for being here. This is a wonderful video. And thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. Delete your memory if you've not subscribed to me already, because we are over here giving amazing content, amazing guests. And the next video, if I can find a spiritual shaman, I'm so scared because I don't want them to give me juju, but I'll answer all of you guys' questions. That's basically it. Thank you, Pastor Kester. And I'm going to put all of his things that he's working on, things that you just promo him, because honestly, like, thank you so much for doing this video. You don't understand how long I've been trying to do this video. So until next time, my lovelies, have a good day, stay protected, and until next time, bye.
Bye.